Now, initially, it's going to be you. You're going to be grinding. But after a while, when most of your money comes from capital gains and it's making more money than you ever could working, you're going to thank God. Capital G. All right, let's go with G today. So real quick, share this information. You don't know whose life you're changing. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I just want to give back a life that I'm living, and that's a life worth giving. Ironically, G is give. When it comes to money, I want you to write that down in your notes. Believe it or not, you want to give more. Now, don't give more than you can afford to give. Let me give you guys an understanding of what I mean by give. A drowning person is no good to a drowning person. So you don't want to give to a point where it makes you destitute. I see a lot of people that help so many people that they don't have any money left for themselves. They don't have any money left to invest. They don't have any money left to save or anything because they gave it all away. What I mean by give is this. You want to put yourself in a mindset of having a giving spirit. Don't be selfish when it comes to money. And here's why. There's something chemically, right? We're talking about your actual hormones, your endorphins, that is released. Dopamine is actually released in your brain when you give. Because as a human being, although some of my other trainings, it's going to sound contradictory, but just follow me. As a human being, you are born a little bit selfish. No baby gives away their bottle. Every baby learns a couple of words first. Me, my, and mine, right? That's what a baby learns first. But as you get older and you start to have more control over your emotions, a hormone known as dopamine is prevalent in your brain. And when you give, psychology, research, science all shows that it ignites that hormone. So what's my point? If you start feeling better about giving, then you will subconsciously do more things that put you in a situation to give. And the only way you can feel good about giving without feeling the regret after you give it away is by making more money. See how that works? So here's how it works. You start feeling good about giving because you started to give. You then start looking for ways to get that feeling again. So that dopamine that's dripping into your bloodstream, you like the way giving feels. Well, the only way to give more is to have more to give. And if you have more to give, that means you must be making more money. See, people think it's the opposite. If I hold on to all my money and if I keep it and if I'm selfish and if I don't give it all away, then when I make some money, I'm going to give. When I get to a point where all my bills are paid up, I'm going to give. When I get to a point where my investments look like this, then I'm going to start giving. It's actually the opposite. You create a habit of giving even if you don't have much. Put this in your notes. That's why God invented percentages. How's that for a G, right? That's not just a G. That's a capital G. God created percentages for a reason. So if you want to give 5%, if you have $1, then you're giving 5 cents. I didn't say you had to give millions of dollars. I said you want to start creating the habit of giving. I had a young man late last year. It was a young lady actually, and I didn't even know her. And I'm not saying this, I'm gonna do this for everybody. But I didn't even know her. But her son needed a drastic surgery. In fact, it wasn't his first surgery. Her son had been having a lot of surgeries, was born with some complications, and we're talking about a baby. We're talking about an infant. And I did the research. I looked at her timeline. I talked to some people who knew her. And let's just say I shot her some money with no problem. And I knew it was going toward a good cause. And for the rest of that month, I just felt good that the money that I had, disposable income, was able to make a contribution in somebody else's life. And I was able to help that person. So what's my point? That feeling, when you want that feeling again, you can't do that when you're broke. And when you want that feeling again, you start looking for ways to make more money so that you can help more people. You gotta be okay with giving. So Brian, where do I start? I don't have a whole bunch of money. All right, let's look at where you should start. You know, every time you check out these days, they ask you if you want to round up and support such and such hospital, right? I was at the eye doctor today, and they asked me if I wanted to donate $2, $5, $10, or $20 and add it to my total and help individuals who have sight complications. I went ahead and checked, yeah. It's in your total anyway. Now, trust me, I know it can be overbearing. I get tired of getting rounded up. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes you go to PetSmart, you want to help the pets. You go to the eye doctor, you want to help this. You go to this, you go to the drugstore, you want to help that. I understand. But I have a habit of making sure, even if it's just $10, even if it's just $20, God, capital G, created percentages for a reason. So just go ahead and allocate what percentage you want to give to certain causes. So when you start feeling better, you can make more money and give. All right. So with that being said, when you start giving, you know what's going to happen? You're going to generate a attitude of gratitude. More money will never come if you're not thankful for what you already have, right? How can the universe reward you with growth and expansion when you aren't a great steward of what you already have? It's not going to happen, right? That's why you see a lot of lottery winners and things like that. They go broke. So you want to have an attitude of gratitude. Now, I put this on my Instagram post the other day, right? Follow me on Instagram if you're not, because I do some pretty cool things on Instagram with these posts. And at Brian N. Beane on IG. And I put this quote up that my balance is not in life about time and money. My balance is between being content and being ambitious. And there's nothing wrong with being ambitious and wanting more, as long as you don't neglect the blessings that you do have. And that's when your gratitude comes in. I'm so thankful that I've been an entrepreneur for like 25 years now. I don't clock in for anybody. I'm so thankful for my freedom and flexibility. I'm thankful that I can share this knowledge I have off the top of my head and go through these alphabets with others. I'm thankful for all the money I lost in my 20s to give me some perspective on how to be a better steward with my money. I'm thankful that I can take the stage and inspire people. I'm thankful for technology where I can get this message out. I'm thankful for the different projects I'm launching this year, like my Instincts PONDCast. Y'all go subscribe for me on all platforms. I'm thankful that I'm a creative person who's been through enough stuff to share this knowledge. What are you grateful for? See, a lot of people want more money and want more abundance, but they're not grateful for what they have now. My balance and my challenge is always between being content and grateful for what I have and being ambitious and wanting more. And the way that you find the balance between those two is by having gratitude. You got to have gratitude, man. So I'm thankful for the people that watch these these videos. I'm thankful on YouTube when you watch the podcast. I'm thankful for the people who comment here. I'm thankful that I have your attention. I'm thankful for people who share it. I'm just thankful for everything because gratitude is something that's part of my core belief system. You understand? So you got to have a giving spirit and stop holding on to all your money. God invented percentages for a reason. You decide what percentage you want to donate to others. And you got to have a spirit of gratitude as your foundation. Giving is the action, right? That's what you're doing. But gratitude is your philosophy. That's your belief. That's one of the pillars that you stand on, one of gratitude. Now, we got your mind right. Let's get your money right. Capitalism is a game. It's a game. And if you don't know how to play the game properly, you're going to lose. I'm telling you right now. I want y'all to think about it this way. A lot of people struggle in capitalism, which is what America is based on, because they don't understand that it's a game. And like any game, you have rules. And if you don't understand the rules of the game and you apply the wrong rules to the wrong game, then you're going to wonder why you're on a losing streak. Most people are losing financially in this country, and they're on a losing streak. Their grandparents didn't have any money. Their parents didn't have any money. They don't have any money, and their children won't have any money. So we got to stop the losing streak. Understand the game. Here's how this works. In capitalism, and I talked about that, go back and review the letter C because I talked about capitalism. Capitalism demands that people take advantage of you if you don't understand the rules. So here's the thing. If you're playing a game and I say field goal, because you have a reference of some type, you think about football. But goals are also scored in hockey. Now, a goal in hockey is 1 point. A field goal in basketball is 2 points. A field goal in football is 3 points. But they're all called goals. But if you go trying to shoot a field goal on a football field, you look crazy. That's how some people deal with their finances. They're using the wrong terminology and perspective, and capitalists know that you aren't taking the time to learn this stuff, so they take advantage of you and they win the game. So yeah, you got a field goal in basketball, but that's 2 points. You got a field goal in football, but that's 3 points. You got a goal in hockey, but that's 1 point. So some of y'all are trying to shoot 3-pointers into a hockey net. And that's why your money's not where it needs to be, because you don't understand 2 things: terminology and perspective. We on G today now. G, F, E, D, C, B, A. You got to go back and watch them. Stop using the wrong terminology and perspective when it comes to your money. Learn the proper terminology and perspective, and you'll start winning this game. Very important. So 2 points in basketball is a field goal, but does football have 2 points? Yeah, but it's called a safety. So you trying to get 2 points in football, you need a safety. But 2 points in basketball is a field goal, but a field goal in football is 3 points. See how confusing this can be? So once you learn the terminology and perspective, and hopefully these ABCs will help you do it, you're going to start winning. Which brings me to the final G, G-A-I-N-S, gains. You want a large part of your income to come from capital gains. Capital gains is also known as appreciation. That's anytime your money makes money, that's capital gains. So capital gains, the reason you want a lot of your money made with capital gains is because it's not taxed the same. Here's how the government set this up. Everything around you is a tax code. W-2, 1099, Schedule C, 501c3, 401k, all these different things are tax codes. Form 1040 is what you actually file. You got what's called a Schedule K when you have earnings. It's all kinds of stuff. The government tries to confuse you with letters and numbers. What you want to learn is how these codes affect how much money you keep. Put this in your notes. It's not how much money you make. It's how you make your money. So if most of your money comes from code W-2, you're giving away the highest amount of taxes to the government, like 33+%, because the tax code demands that it take the money off the top. If your tax code is a 1099, you're making your money first and paying the government second, because that code says pay me first, and the government says cool, because you got a business, you pay us on the backside. Capital gains pays the least amount of taxes, less than 15%. So wealthy people make 67% of their money with money because their wealth is being created by the money that their money makes. How are you going to get wealthy in the ABCs of money if most of your money is being made with the highest tax code? So it's called income shifting. You want to shift your income out of the highest tax bracket, a W-2. Nothing wrong with a job. You'll never hear me bash a job. Be thankful for your job, but not satisfied. You pass it through a home-based business, which is what I teach all day, every day, how to own and operate a home-based business and get paid every day. That's what our organization teaches all day, every day, how to own a home-based business and make money from home on a daily basis. You add a home-based business to your portfolio. Now you take the money from your job, and the revenue from the income from your job and the revenue from your business, and you start creating capital gains. The highest tax bracket is the W-2, 28 to 33%. A 1099 has a lower tax bracket because you pay yourself first and pay them last, so it's 23 to 28%. But capital gains is less than 15%. So they set it up where, hey, if I'm gonna make money with money, it should pay the least amount of taxes. So the laws were written by wealthy people way back then to protect who? Wealthy people. So don't try to beat them at their own game. Just join the game and learn the rules that they created for themselves and become one of them using their own rules. All you need to know is this. I'm going 26 days straight. Every day. No matter what. Now, I try to get it done in the morning, but if you're accepting my challenge, take 2 or 3 of these G's and just go educate your following. Share this video with individuals so they can learn the ABCs of wealth. And from now through the 31st, they can get a better understanding on how money works in this game of capitalism. So in summary, man, have a giving heart. and a giving spirit. Giving is the action, that's the verb, but your spirit is one of gratitude. You got to have an attitude of gratitude because you're giving. And God, capital G, created percentages for a reason. So you don't have to overextend yourself. Just give a small percentage of what you have. You got to learn the game of capitalism or you're going to lose every single day. And you got to stop shooting three-pointers in hockey or they're going to take advantage of you. And make most of your money from capital gains because it's taxed the least. But you got to have enough money to make so it'll make money for you. Remember this, guys. Something has to work, just not me. I said that 25 years ago, and since then my businesses and my money has been making money. Something has to work, just not me. Now, initially, it's going to be you. You're going to be grinding. But after a while, when most of your money comes from capital gains and it's making more money than you ever could working, you're going to thank God, capital G. All right, I see you guys with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Tomorrow, please share this video if you guys got some value out of it. Go back and watch the other ABCs that you may have missed, and I'll see you guys.